Hi Aquarius, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina and today we are doing your predictions for the month of November. This may apply to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. Don't try to force a message to work for you if it simply does not. And yeah, if you want to book a reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com. If you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for all of us this month. All right. I hope that you have been taking care of yourself recently, Aquarius, as much as you can. Taking the time to validate and acknowledge whatever it is that you're feeling in that moment. So yeah. All right, what's going on for Aquarius? Okay, so you have three cards that fell out, one of them being your card, the Star card reversed. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so possibly faking something or doing something to impress other people. We have the Star reversed, which kind of feels like inauthenticity, or possibly feeling lost. And then we have the Hanged Man reversed, which is you possibly feeling stuck, feeling directionless, okay. We have the Five of Pentacles here. We have Strength reversed, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and then bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Yeah, so there's this strong energy of you feeling stuck, Aquarius, which is really interesting. Okay, so possibly feeling stuck, but with this Eight of Swords specifically, it feels as though it's more so something like in your head. Maybe there are certain changes that you want to implement into your life, whatever that might be, whether it's like a change in major, or maybe you're just questioning your purpose. Maybe you're questioning the purpose of a relationship in your life, of a friendship in your life, of what you were meant to do in life, or how you are going to get to a certain point. Because with this Page of Wands reverse, this is showing me that there is a lot of potential within you. There is a lot that you have to offer. And I feel that there is a sense of you want something, you want to do something, you want to have an impact in the world somehow, you want to have an impact on your community in some way, but you just don't necessarily know how. Or it may be that you know what you want, but you just don't know how to get there, sort of thing. Or maybe you just feel like it's just not even possible for you, or you just don't know how you're going to get from point A to point B. For example, maybe you are like at the beginning of your like college journey, right? Maybe some of you are starting college and you're like, holy shit, like I want to be this, I want to be like an established author, for example, or whatever the case may be, or you want to be a doctor, and you're like, holy shit, like I'm so inexperienced, I'm such a kid compared to all of these people around me who are so experienced, how will I ever get to that point? And it's almost like putting this sort of pressure on you to know everything immediately. And the thing is that it's all a process. You know, those people weren't born doctors. They weren't born professionals. It's something that takes time. It's something that takes a lot of effort and years of practice and learning. You know, it's not something that you just wake up to in a day. It's something that takes a lot of time. It's definitely a long-winded process. And so for some of you, maybe that's kind of what you're dealing with, that Page of Wands reversed, and with the Temperance card reversed right under that. I keep on looking at the bottom of the deck because it just seems so relevant. But Temperance card is like reversed. It's insecurity and possibly just feeling really chaotic within yourself, not really knowing how to find equilibrium internally. It's like a lot of internal dialogue, if you will. And you're just racking your brain and trying to figure out, how am I going to get out of here, or how am I going to get where I want to be, and so on and so forth. Okay. And I think that, really quick, and I think that with this Four of Wands reversed at the bottom of the deck as well, under all of this, with everything that's going on, with all of the changes that are happening, with all of the planets with with where they are with all the planetary alignments right now. You know, there is that strong feeling of feeling stuck, of needing to make massive changes and having trouble doing that, especially now because we're in quarantine and we're in a pandemic, and if everything is just so chaotic that it's difficult to feel stable. You know, we're in such an unstable time, externally and possibly even internally for a lot of us, that we just don't know where to start. So it's very understandable that those types of feelings. But anyways, so we have we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, which is telling me that this could be for some of you that you are sweeping something under the rug, or these feelings that you are experiencing. It could be that one day you feel like it's the end of the world, and then the next day it kind of just feels like, oh, everything is better, I have everything figured out. But it kind of seems more so that you are swiping things under the surface, or swiping things under the rug and not really making any sort of impactful solutions or changes that need to actually happen. It kind of just seems like it's really small stuff that don't necessarily amount to much or accumulate to what you want it to be or what you're convincing yourself it to be, if that kind of makes sense. It could also be with the Two of Pentacles reversed, is that you are putting on a brave face or putting on this face or doing things to impress other people, or saying that you're happy or that you're content to kind of make other people happy and content to kind of please other people in some sort of way. Excuse me. Or it could just be that some of you are overwhelmed with so many different things that, you know, trying to keep yourself busy to distract from what it is that you actually really need to be dealing with right now. And with this Star card reversed, this is you possibly feeling lost, but also for a lot of you, this could just be encouragement, or encouragement for you to take matters into your own hands and to do something about whatever this is, and about whatever this is. Because with the Hanged Man reverse, this talks about someone feeling stuck, you know, not really taking initiative. It could be that for some of you, you know what the solution is to your problem, but you're not really taking any sort of initiative. It could be that some of you are expecting for things to fall into your lap, or expecting for things to just be better overnight, for you to know everything that you need to know overnight. And the thing is that you simply won't. That's not a realistic expectation for you to have, and it's only going to hurt you at the end of the day. So to kind of have that expectation, you know, maybe it's worth considering taking a different approach to that, you know, changing your expectations or shifting your perspective in some way, so that you don't end up just waiting around hoping that the world will just give things to you, or hoping that other people will hand things to you, because that's just not how it's going to work out. I feel that with the Two of Pentacles reversed, maybe some of you are following a path, a career path, a school path, if you will, that you don't really care for, that you're not really happy with, but you're doing it because it is socially accepted, or it's something that you were expected to do. Maybe you were trying to please other people or to be accepted by people. Even though you are an Aquarius, and like, even though Aquarius is very much the type, has a stereotype of like, oh, I don't care what other people think. I do think that Aquarians actually care a lot about what other people think. They care a lot about their image, and they care a lot about social acceptance, even though they so strongly deny it. Like, as an Aquarius moon, like, I can say from personal experience that I do care a lot about kind of like social acceptance. And I think anyone in general would care about that, because it's in our human nature to care for that. It's like an evolutionary type of thing. But anyways, yes, so we have that. And the Five of Pentacles up right here is basically showing me this energy of you possibly feeling bad for yourself, you possibly focusing so much on how you're not good enough, or how you're not at a certain place in your life. It kind of just feels like you're really beating yourself down and being hard on yourself, and putting yourself in this really strong victim mindset, or just feeling bad for yourself and having a pity party and wallowing in your sorrows and so on and so forth, focusing so much on what you don't have, focusing so much on what you are not, and yada yada yada, and it's not really helping you at all. Again, with that Hanged Man, this is showing me that you probably do have this, you do know the solutions to your problems, or you know at least where to start or how to get the ball rolling, but there is that strong focus on like, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, yada, 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 that you can't even see that right now. You're so focused on void and focused on what you don't have, and so on and so forth. And it like there's just a lot of insecurity here with this strength card reversed, right? Feeling weak, feeling powerless, feeling helpless, feeling like there's just nothing that you can do, feeling that the power is out of your hands, feeling that there's just nothing within your hands at all. Like there's just nothing within your control, and the matter of the fact is that you are in control. What these cards are showing me is a lot of you disempowering yourself and feeling bad for yourself and kind of just giving up on yourself without really giving yourself a fair shot, being hard on yourself and giving up on yourself without really realizing that you're still at the beginning of your journey, that there's still so much to learn, and it's truly impossible to ever know everything all at once and to just wake up one day and have all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom that you could possibly ever need in order to pursue something, or to follow a certain path. It's just not realistic that with the snap of the fingers, you're gonna know everything that you need to know. So with these cards, this is kind of saying like, you have all of the power in the world to learn as much as you can, to change your perspective, to change your approach to what this situation is. The power is very much in your hands, right? With the star card reverse, you have all of the power, you have all of the control to at least determine how you choose to approach the situation, to choose how you feel about this, to how you view everything, how you deal with it, how you compartmentalize it, and things along those lines. You know, you have a lot more power than you are granting yourself, or that you are really acknowledging here. And it might be easier to feel that you are the victim and to feel that you are powerless, because then that takes away accountability, right? Maybe there's a goal that you're trying to reach, whatever that goal may be, whether it's like losing weight or getting better at a job or at a hobby, right? The internet exists. If you really wanted to, you could do research. You could, if there was like a business that you wanted to start, do your research. If there's so much power that we have, there's so much knowledge that we have at the tip of our fingers, and we don't use it a lot of the time because we kind of either have that expectation for things to be easy, but we also don't want to hold ourselves accountable and kind of look in the mirror and say that we can do these things, but we're either just too lazy, or we don't believe in ourselves, or we don't want to face rejection, or whatever the case may be. And it's just, you know, it's never going to be that easy. It's never going to be that simple to do these certain things, or to put ourselves in a position that might be kind of uncomfortable, or so on and so forth. Does that kind of make sense? So we have the Queen of Pentacles here, which is kind of basically showing me that we have, or that you have a lot of what you need. Queen of Pentacles, right? This is someone who has a lot of resources. It could be that you have a really great social network that you can reach out to if you need assistance. You know, you have resources, you have abilities, you have skills. You know, I feel like you're someone who is very savvy, and you're very innovative when you want to be, and when you have the motivation. So how can you find the motivation to use that savviness, to use that innovation in your favor, so that you can build that business, or continue being motivated to finish school, or to be motivated to master a hobby or a skill, or what have you? What can you do to find that motivation? You know, whatever that is, do as much of it as you can, and, you know, continue focusing on the end goal. And even though that end goal might be pretty far away, it doesn't mean that you're not going to attain it eventually. You know, that doesn't mean that it's unreachable. It's just probably going to take time. It might take a few years, it might take some time, but that doesn't mean that it won't ever happen, you know, again, that it's unreachable or that it's unattainable. It's just going to take a bit, you know, and we have to have the patience and the commitment and the determination to basically jump through all of these hoops and through these tests, and to overcome all of these obstacles, and basically build up this resilience. You know, are we willing to build up the resilience in order to reach a certain goal, or are we just going to give up because it's not easy for us? So that's basically what it is. You know, remind yourself of the power that you have, Aquarius, because you are so much more powerful than you actually believe. And when you find yourself feeling lost or feeling discouraged, know that you are not alone, and that this isn't the end. It's never going to be the end, and it's all temporary, and you will find a way to overcome these things, and you will find a way to overcome these obstacles. you might have to find some new tools in order to cope and in order to deal with certain things, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen. You know, it just, again, it's going to take some time. So make the effort to find those tools, those healthy coping mechanisms to get you through these feelings. Maybe it's journaling or yoga or taking a walk, you know, sitting in nature, sitting in the grass, sitting under the sun, drawing, dancing, whatever the case may be, and just take it one step at a time. And if you fail, then you fail, and that's fine. You know, you can get back up and start over again and continue working through it. You know, failure doesn't define you at all. So, and you're not stupid for failing. You're not stupid for not knowing certain things. You know, if you're simply inexperienced, that's fine, but you can gain experience with time and with practice and with determination. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this resonates with you. I hope you were able to get something out of this. And with that being said, I will talk to you later. Bye.